Yesterday we have seen that the case of oscillation when we are taking the combination of springs. So we have seen three cases in the combination of spring, like when we have joined two springs in series way, we have joined two springs in parallel way, and also when a mass is sandwiched between any two springs. So there were three cases as we have discussed, and also in general form what will be the total spring constant when we are joining a number of springs in series way or in parallel way. So we have seen all the cases of oscillations when we are taking the single spring in the horizontal way, we are taking the single spring in vertical way, and also when we are taking the series combination or parallel combination of springs in all the cases, and also whatever the case is possible of combination, we have already explained that. So today let's start a new example, and also actually we have already seen that the example of simple pendulum. So in case of simple pendulum, as there were some conditions like string should be inextensible, spring should be weightless, spring should be flexible, means all these ideal conditions should be present there. And also for the masses, as we know that masses should be of point masses. So these are the requirements for the simple harmonic oscillation that can be performed by any simple pendulum. So simple pendulum is normally to construct or simple pendulum, it is very tough actually, but as we can take some cotton threads and also a bob of spherical shape, so that can serve nearly as the simple pendulum, but this will not be perfect, but this can be nearly performed simple harmonic oscillations. So as you know that real oscillations are damped, so the case of simple harmonic is actually the only ideal concept, imaginary concept, so there will be not any such types of cases. So secondly, here only we are discussing the case of simple harmonic motion, then when we can actually convert the real cases into simple harmonic. So that's why I have told you some requirements for this, means what should be the requirement when we are taking any thread or spring, what should be the requirement when we are joining or attaching any mass to it. So for that, what are the requirements to perform its simple harmonic oscillation, that I have already discussed. I think briefly I have discussed, there is no problem in that section. So today let's see our next example, that is the oscillations of liquid in U-tube. So suppose that we have a U-shaped tube, and its cross-sectional area is constant, and also we are just taking a liquid in this U-tube, and if we allow that liquid to oscillate, then for that oscillation whether it will perform simple harmonic or not, let's see that. Or if it will perform simple harmonics, then what will be the conditions, what will be the case, what will be the time period or frequency. Normally what we are trying to actually calculate in every example, in every examples we are trying to calculate time period, frequency of oscillation, because if you know these two quantities, then you can simply say that which simple pendulum or which system is more preferable for the oscillation, which is not. Clear? So suppose that this is the U-tube of cross-sectional area A. Okay? As its cross-sectional area is constant, then we can take it A. And also suppose that if a liquid that is filled in this, and this liquid is of density rho. Yeah? First of all, we have taken a liquid of density rho, and its cross-sectional area is A. As you know that already, it's the cross-sectional area for the liquid column, that will be also equal to A. And if suppose this is point Q, this is point P, this is P1, and this is this is point Q1, and now if we let this system to oscillate, or we are displacing this system by a displacement y here. So due to what will be the here due to that displacement. So as you know that when we displace the system, then system has some inertial property, system has some elastic property, and due to this elastic property, this system will try to oppose any change in its configuration, any change in its position. So if we are changing its position, or we are slightly displacing it from its equilibrium position, from its stable condition, so obviously there will be a restoring force that will be set up in the system. And what will be the condition of restoring force? If there at this limit, if we are seeing that here this liquid column that is rising up, so obviously this restoring force will have tendency to bring it back to its original position P1, and also here the liquid column that is falling, so that's why here the restoring force will try to lift it up to maintain its its position as initially it was. So as you are seeing that there are 2 points, that is P and P1, so these 2 points are at the same level, and it is the initial level. And all now if this liquid column that is allowed to displace by a small displacement y, so obviously due to this small displacement y, if there is the rising of liquid in here, then obviously there will be the fall of liquid by the same amount here, clear? Or here if here there it is rising up, then here this will be falling. So what is the total displacement that is occurred in the system? That is equal to y plus y total is 2y, and due to this 2y displacement, obviously system will try to maintain its equilibrium condition, its mean condition, or its initial condition due to its inertial and elastic behavior. And obviously to maintain its condition, what will be the system do? That will try to bring it in its original condition by application of some force, and this force is known as restoring force in the system. And that's why what is the value of restoring force. And now what we have to see here, we have to see that whether this due to this displacement, the system will, or the liquid will perform simple harmonic oscillation or not. As we are seeing that the primary conditions for the simple harmonic oscillation that is fulfilling here, and we are allowed to displace the liquid column by some amount, and due to displacement here is this establishment of restoring force that is produces in this system. So this is the primary condition. When we are displacing any particle from its mean position, then a restoring force that will be developed due to this displacement, and it will try to oppose it, and it will try to bring it again to its equilibrium position. So that's why acceleration is always towards the mean position or equilibrium point in case of oscillations. And now the system will start to oscillate. So whether the conditions are fulfilled here or not, let's see that. So first of all, what is the mass of liquid column that is taken in U2? So suppose that here the total length of liquid column that is equal to capital L, and also as we have the area of cross-sectional area of U2 that is equal to A. So what is the volume of the liquid column? That will be totally equal to A into L. And also if we multiply the density of the liquid, rho is the density of the liquid which we have taken in U2. If we multiply it in its volume, then it will provide us what is the mass of liquid column that is taken in the U2. Clear? And also now we have calculated what is mass, and now we are seeing that here if we only displace it by some amount y at one end, then overall displacement that will be produced, that will be equal to 2y. Suppose if here y displacement is produced, then obviously due to this displacement of rise or fall, that will be accordingly to this in this limb also. So the overall displacement that is producing, that is equal to 2y, and that is equal to QQ1. Clear? So obviously in this 2y displacement, some weight of liquid column that will also displace it. So what is the restoring force that is developed? The restoring force that is developed due to this weight of liquid that is displaced in the U2, and that's why F that will be equal to minus of weight of liquid column of height 2h. So if we calculate what is the weight of liquid column that is displaced in U-tube due to this displacement y, and then this weight will be equal to the restoring force. And as you know that if the displacement is in this direction, then obviously restoring force will be always in opposite direction. So due to that, here minus sign is taken. So what will be the value of it? So as you know that weight of the liquid column that will be equal to mass into gravity, simple. So what is the mass of liquid column of 2h height? So first of all, what is the volume of liquid column due to 2h height? So volume will be equal to cross sectional area into this height. So what is A into 2h? So if you multiply the density of liquid in it, then it will provide us the mass of the liquid. And now if we multiply the gravity here, then it will provide us weight of the liquid column that is displaced due to 2h height. So finally, what is the restoring force that is obtained? That is equal to this value. This is mass of the liquid column of 2h height. This is gravity. So you can write here in place of this, as you are seeing that these whole terms that is equal to, actually not here, that would be 2s, this will be 2y. So this is 2y. So we can also write it 2a rho into g into y. So as y is variable constant, other things are constant, like a cross-sectional area of U2 that is constant, density of liquid that is taking in the this U2 that is also constant, gravity is constant. Then obviously we can replace it by some another constant k, and then the final formula that can be obtained, F is equal to minus ky, or you can say that F is directly proportional to minus of y. So as this is the same formula as we have obtained in case of simple harmonic oscillation, means to perform simple harmonic oscillation, a restoring force that will be developed in the system, and its value will be always proportional to the displacement produced in the system. We have already seen this case in case of spring mass system, in case of simple pendulum, in case of all the examples whether we have seen like the combination of springs. So in all things we have seen that this condition is always fulfilling, means this is the primary condition for the simple harmonic oscillation. So obviously we are seeing that this restoring force that is developed due to the weight displaced in the U2 due to this displacement y, and this is directly proportional to this displacement, and in that is in opposite direction also. So as this formula is satisfying, then we can see that this system is performing simple harmonic motion. And also one more thing, in this whole section we have neglected the presence of any other medium. Only we are taking the two things. First is U2, second is the liquid that is impelled in this U2, and its density is rho. Other any medium like air and other things, we have neglected all these things. Since there is no presence of any other medium, then obviously there is no presence of any resisting or dissipating force. So if there is no dissipation, though there is no resisting, then obviously if there we will displace this system by some force, then obviously due to that displacement this restoring force will be developed, and also its the value of restoring force will be equal to the displacement force in this system. And if that condition will be followed, then this system will perform simple harmonic motion. So now if it is performing simple harmonic motion, it means that this factor k, that is the spring factor of the U2 system. So what is the value of k? Leave here. So the bracket term, as I have put it already, so that is the value of 2a rho into g. So this is the value of k, or spring factor in case of a liquid that is oscillating in U2. Now you can say that the liquid is oscillating in U2 as we have proved that it is performing simple harmonic oscillation. It means that if this liquid is displaced by some displacing force or by some amount, then due to this displacement a restoring force that will be developed in the system due to its elastic and inertial behavior, and this restoring force will have always tendency to bring it again to its initial condition, to its equilibrium conditions, and due to that an oscillation that will be set up in the system, and this oscillation will be simple harmonic. We have just proved it. And now obviously if this there is the performance of simple harmonic motion, then obviously the system will have some time period, system will have some frequency. So what is the time period and frequency of the system? So to calculate the time period, as you know that we have formula that is equal to 2 pi root inertia factor upon spring factor. So what is the inertia factor in this case? Inertia factor, that is its mass here, as it is oscillating in the linear way, so that's why here mass will play the inertia factor role here. So what is the mass of the liquid column that is oscillating? Already I have told you. Again let's see that here the A is the cross-sectional area of the U2 that is taken, and also the cross-sectional area of liquid column that will be also equal to the cross-sectional area of U2 that in which it is infilled. And also if capital L is the length of the liquid column, then its volume will be equal to A into L, and if you multiply the density of the liquid, then it will provide us inertia factor or mass of the liquid, the column that is taken in this U2. And also spring factor we have already calculated, that is 2A rho into G. Now if you solve this, then it will provide us the time period of the liquid that is oscillating in U2. So after solution you can obtain here 2 pi L upon 2G. So this is the value of the time period for any liquid that is oscillating in U2. And now if you know this value, then you can calculate what is the frequency of the oscillation. So as you know that frequency of oscillation, that is reciprocal of the time period of the oscillation. So this will be equal to 1 upon 2 pi root 2G by L. So this is the frequency of the oscillation. Now let's see on which factor it is depending on. So as you are seeing that this time period is directly proportional to the length of the liquid column, means greater will be the length of the liquid column in U2, greater will be its time period, means it will take the greater time to perform one oscillation. Time period is the definition of time period is this. The time taken to perform one oscillation. So means if there will be the increase in liquid column, then it will take greater time to complete one oscillation, its time period will increase. And now if G is changing, suppose that we are going to any hill or we are going in mines, then in that case you know that the value of G that is decreasing. So due to any decrease in G, obviously it's reciprocal relationship here, so that's why due to inverse relation time period will increase there. Means at hills or in mines, if you are taking any U2 that is filled with any liquid of some density, then that liquid will start to oscillate slowly as it was oscillating at the surface. So the same U2 means liquid in U2 column of same length, that will start to oscillate slowly if we are going to any hill or any in mines, because of the change in gravity here. So as if you are going to any place where the gravity is increasing, then due to increase in gravity there will be the decrease in time period. It means that system will start to oscillate more rapidly as it was oscillating. So for rapid oscillation, what we have to do? Rapid oscillation means oscillations are performing in very short time. In to complete one oscillation, the system is taking very short time. So for that system, if you are decreasing this liquid column, height of liquid column or length of liquid column, then according to that there will be decrease in time period. And if G is increasing, then due to that factor it will also decrease. So both factors are affecting to this time period or the frequency of oscillations. And also suppose that if we are not able to calculate, this is the U2, and we have seen that if suppose this is the liquid that is infilled in this system, so this was total L, or we can take in terms of height. Suppose to here the height is smallest, then obviously what will be the total length of the liquid column? That will be equal to 2h. So if L is equal to 2h, then this whole formula that will be T equal to 2 pi 2h upon 2g, or it will be 2 pi rho h by g. So in terms of height of liquid that are in any end of the U2, that is also we can take this also. If you know this height, then time period can be calculated by this way also. So this here we are also seeing that if height is increasing, then due to increase in height, its time period will increase, means the rate of oscillation that will decrease. And if height is decreasing, then there will be the more rapid oscillations. And also the factor of G, there will be same, and I have already explained it. So in the same way, if you are calculating here frequency, then its value will be the reciprocal of it, and this will be equal to G by H. So for the frequency, if height is increasing, then frequency will decrease, means number of oscillations will decrease in 1 second. So obviously if number of oscillations is decreasing, then you can say that time period is increasing in that way. And also if G is increasing, then due to increase in G, there will be the increase in number of oscillation, or due to decrease in G, there will be less number of oscillations that can be performed. So the whole factor is what? If we want to perform any simple harmonic oscillations, like if we can't make this perfect simple pendulum, because there were some conditions to make it, like in case of simple pendulum, the thread or the spring that we are using, that should be inextensible, that should be flexible, that should be weightless, and that is not possible. And also we are taking the case of a mass that should be point mass, that should not be have any shape, and this is not possible again, because if some masses are taken, then that mass will always have some shape and size. And if we are not considering that factor, then obviously there will be the greater error in case of simple pendulum which we are making. To reduce the error, we can take this U2 that is infilled with liquid. Obviously there will be also the presence of air or some resisting medium, but still this will be more accurate than the simple pendulum that we are taking. And also because this is the example of there is the example of oscillation just like a simple harmonic oscillation, so for that we can take this instrument also. So the next example which we have to study here, that is the case of oscillations of a floating cylinder. So this is the last example which we are going to study. I think all of the examples of simple harmonic oscillation that are already clear. We have taken just a number of examples of simple harmonic oscillation, and continuously we are just talking about the same thing. In simple harmonic motion, the system should be free from some resisting forces, some dissipating forces. There should be free oscillations, means there only be two types of forces that will be acting on the system. First is the displacement force, means we are displacing the system by some force, obviously due to as you know that Newton's first law that is tells us that there will be no displacement if we are not applying any force on it. So obviously due to application of force there will be some displacement. The first force that is acting on the system, that is performing simple oscillation or free oscillation, in that case First is displacing force, and due to oppose of the configuration, oppose of the means the due to the change in the configuration, system will oppose it due to its elastic property, due to its inertial property. Then obviously for that it will again apply some force on the external force to reduce it, to prevent any changes in its position, or to prevent the oscillation. Then obviously this force is known as restoring force, and that restoring force will be always opposite to the displacement, direction of displacement, and it will be always proportional to the displacement that is produced in the system. So this is the primary characteristics for the simple harmonic oscillations, and we can easily distinguish whether the system is performing simple harmonic oscillation or not. And we have just seen a number of applications, a number of examples of simple harmonic oscillation, like the simple pendulum, the liquid in YouTube. We have seen all this. The next case is when we are taking any floating cylinder, then whether this cylinder will perform the simple harmonic oscillation or not. Suppose that if you are seeing that on the water surface, or if something is floating, and obviously if there is any displacement in the water takes place, and due to that displacement the particle, you have seen that the system will start to oscillate in this way due to the displacement in the system. So whether this oscillation is simple harmonic or not, or if this is simple harmonic, then what can be the time period or frequency of the oscillation, so you can calculate it also. So for the calculation we have just taken this figure here, in any bigger system, this vessel we have taken the water or simple any liquid, you can take it, its density is sigma, suppose that, and now we are taking a cylinder that is already floating and its density is rho here. Here two densities we are taking. First is density of liquid, that is sigma, density of substance of a cylinder, that is rho. And now we are seeing that in the x condition it is already floating, and the liquid is, that is, there is no displacement, it is still constant, and means there is no motion in the liquid. We are taking this case. Here also we are imposing some conditions, like we are taking the condition that liquid molecules are not in motion, they are at rest, and you know that they cannot at rest, but still we are taking that case, because if the liquid will be in motion, then obviously due to motion, you know that it will have some viscosity property, means it will start to damp the motion of the system, means the case will be the case of damping oscillation, damped harmonic oscillation. Here we are not talking about the damped harmonic oscillation, we are going to see the case of simple harmonic motion. So that's why we are taking the this whole liquid that is not in motion, that is at rest, first of all. And now we are seeing this whole thing, and now this, suppose that this is already dipped in the liquid by some length that is equal to smaller. So initially this cylinder is dipped small L in the liquid. So obviously due to this dip of the cylinder, some weight of the water that will be displaced, and if there will be some displacement of water takes place due to this weight of the cylinder, then definitely a force, you know that through the Archimedes principle of buoyancy force, that will be act on the system, and that force will be equal in and in opposite direction to the mass of liquid that is displacing. So if mass of liquid that is displacing in this direction, then here will be a restoring force or simple buoyancy force that will be act in the opposite direction. Means if system is, we are seeing that L displacement or L length that is dipping in this direction, then a force that is acting in upward direction. So this is the same case as we have seen the case of restoring force here. So as in the case of restoring force, we have seen that if we are displacing the system in this direction, then there the restoring force that is acting always in the opposite direction to the displacement. Same case is following here. So we can see that here whether the system is oscillating or performing simple harmonic, as there is also the establishment of some restoring force due to displacement here, and this displacement will be equal to the buoyancy force, to the weight of the liquid that is displaced from here. So you can calculate what is the value of restoring force in this case. The value of restoring force F1, suppose that in the case we are taking this is the case of X. So what is the value of it? So here the value of it is F1. All these things we will discuss in next class. Here only the qualitative things I want to discuss here. Rest of the things we will discuss in next class. How can we calculate its time period or other things. So suppose that in this there is some establishment of restoring force, that is F1. Now this was the initial system. Means initially this cylinder is dipped in this by some amount, and now this is in a stable condition. Now to perform the oscillation, suppose that we are displacing this cylinder or we are just dipping it by some amount y. Means now we just did some displacement in this floating cylinder, and due to that displacement you know that obviously the greater amount of water that will be displaced from here, and due to the greater amount of water that is displaced, so the greater amount of buoyancy force that will act on the system. Means restoring force will now change according to its displacement. So here we are seeing that the restoring force that is directly proportional to the displacement of the cylinder, displacement that is produced in the cylinder. So that's why we can say that due to this displacement, this oscillation that will be set up in the system, and that due to in that oscillation a restoring force will be always acted, and that the action of restoring force will be always opposite to the action of the direction of displacement. So basically here we are seeing again that this force is directly proportional to the displacement, and direction is just opposite. So this system is performing now simple harmonic oscillation. So easily we can prove that the floating cylinder that can perform simple harmonic oscillation in very easy way by the displacement. Now again, if we are performing it is performing simple harmonic oscillation, then definitely it will have some time period or some oscillations. So to calculate time period, again what we need, as we have this formula, T is equal to 2 pi root inertia factor upon spring factor. So inertia factor is what is the mass of the liquid that is displaced from here, and also mass of the floating cylinder, and also the spring factor that can be calculated with the help of this formula. Means if you know the restoring force, then with the help of this we can calculate easily spring factor. So we can calculate it, and we can also calculate the time period and oscillations of the in the case of floating cylinder. So I think the qualitative and the brief description of it, that is clear. The detailed description we will study that in next class, guys. Here I just wanted to explain you that this type of system can also perform simple harmonic oscillation. So I think in this section there is no future at all in this. This will also perform simple harmonic. So in the example of simple harmonic we can also take, or simply in our daily life, if we want to see nearly simple harmonic motion that is performing, so go to the river or some at some places like in ponds where there is very less relative motion in water takes place, means there is less viscosity due to the motion of the system. Then in that case system can perform nearly simple harmonic oscillation. You can see that also practically or by the activity at your home. So you can see that system also. Clear? So I think the cases that are clear, guys. Study that. The chapter is going to be end in the next class, so that's why you have to just focus on the basic things, on the fundamental things. After that we will solve some numericals and conceptual problems also. So I think whatever I have just explained today, the case of liquid in the U-tube, that is all clear. So in the next class we will see this case. So let's end the class here guys today.